We're joined today by Rune During, Head of Academy Set Plays at FC Midtjylland. Rune has also held set play specialist roles with the US Women's National Team and Royal Antwerp. He's here to share his experiences and expertise today in coaching set plays for young players. So I'll hand over to you, Rune, but welcome.
Yes, thank you, Billy. And nice that we find a day where it fits. I think this could be the agenda for the presentation today. So I of course come a little bit in on my background and what I do here in Midtjylland, and how I do work as a set piece consultant. But more interesting for today's topic, I will go through some of our ways to practice academy players from under 13 to 19, and especially under 17 and 19 in our set piece culture, because we are a club that really values set pieces a lot. And yes, for us, they are a very big and important thing in the journey you have to be a professional football player and play on our first team. Yeah. So let's just start, unless you have something. Yes, about me, I'm German and live in Denmark now, studied in Denmark, moved to Denmark in 2012 and met my girlfriend and stayed in Denmark and studied sports science and political science at the university in Aarhus, where I worked in AGF at the same time, the football club in Aarhus, for the academy from under 14 to 17. And then after my time there in AGF, I moved to IKAST, where Midtjylland is headed at, where I work in the academy and also on the boarding school who works together with the academy. So this is for me, for people it can sound a bit special, but I really like to be involved in other parts than just football, because football and set pieces can be they can actually be boring. So for me, it's nice to do some other stuff. So I actually don't teach anything on the school. I'm more around the players who play for Midtjylland and the football players on the school, but I do a lot of different stuff as well on the school, and I love it. I also teach. The only thing I teach other than football is actually pottery. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but that's how I am. Yeah. So I have 3 kids, small kids. So the last many years I've been assistant coach on academy and traveled a lot and worked in the weekends. But this is actually the first year where I am responsible for the academy set pieces and try to integrate our set piece culture on every team who has a coach who's responsible for the set pieces. So I'm on the pitch with different teams, mainly under 17 and 19, but it can also be under 15 or 14 or 13. So I'm very close with the coaches and the different leaders on the teams. And they all do an amazing job with set pieces. So it's not that I'm the bad guy who tells, oh, we have to do this and this, but it's just to keep the culture alive and learn, because I also learn new things every day. Yeah. The reason I actually specialized in set pieces is that already back in my high school time in Germany, me and my friend, who were both grassroots coaches, we love to coach, and we already in that time, and this is like 2010, wondered why set pieces were so effective and they were not really used, and you didn't spend time on set pieces, but we really like to dig into it and teach the players how to do and make signals, and it was nice. We really liked it, and we both, all our youth coach years, we helped each other a lot. And when you're assistant in Denmark, you often have the set pieces. So I love to take the set pieces in all my years as an assistant coach. And now my friend, he's on the German national team doing the set pieces there. So we still do it, but it's on a completely different level now. But it's still the same. And for me, I have a really development mindset. I like to develop players and to learn players and grow players. So it's really, really nice to see how they can grow and see how things can change on long term, and see potential and stuff. So for me, it would be much more boring if it's about winning every weekend and only scoring goals. For me, it's much more interesting to look at how can he be a machine on set pieces in general. And then you have to understand that in Midtjylland, the set pieces are valued so high from the club. It's one of the main pillars the club has his vision on. So everyone needs to have a weapon on set pieces. You saw some of the matches the first team played against Nottingham Forest, where they won on 3 set piece goals, stuff like that. So here, everyone appreciates set pieces. Where in some of the clubs I visit or I consult or talk to, set pieces are not that well seen because it's something you do. But here we really acknowledge them. Yeah, and for me, when I have set piece consultancy jobs, it's also gives me a different view on it. I learn, I get new inputs, how to be a coach, and it's also a little bit more result orientated, which also can be nice for a shorter term and more pressure on it in a different way. So I also really like that. But the most fun for me when I work as a set piece consultant is actually to change the culture and to give inputs to the staff how they can change the culture. Yeah. So in the academy of Midtjylland, we have a set piece lounge where we, with the first team, the leaders, we meet. But we also have a set piece lounge only for all the coaches involved in the set pieces. So it will be the individual coaches, the set piece coach of every team, our sporting director, the first team set piece coach, me, and the leader for the younger coaches from under 13 to 15. Because, we try to develop each other, we try to get insight, we try to be better every day. And there's this lounge we meet, we have daily contacts in how do we train this. So it can be that we maybe dive into a topic. Last time, the under 15 assistant coach, he showed how he trains corner kicks, and then we discuss it, and then we go maybe 2 or 3 weeks and train the stuff we discussed and want to be better at, and then we meet again and have a new meeting. And for the next meetings, we have something about screening, we have something about how to teach players in a younger age, how they get interested in it. We have a lot of different stuff in it. So, and the road from us is that they already from under 13 develop abilities for set pieces and for our club playing style, in terms of that we want to be very physical and have weapons on set pieces and go on high pressure. And these things go together and fit very well with set pieces as well. And the way it goes...
Just to jump in there, I know you've mentioned obviously some members of the first team staff there as well. Sounds like you've got really regular communication with them, which is great. Is there a real close alignment in terms of the type of set plays that you're delivering at the academy, along with what the first team guys are doing as well?
No, not really. So it's not like that we do something on a specific way and then have to do it on the first team or in the academy. So there are nothing going this way or this way. But we, of course, get inspired from each other. So when we do something that they like, they maybe can take part of it into their games or the other way around. And we discuss it a lot. But it's not that we have a playing book, something where everything needs to be the same. Not at all.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's also differently from each team, from under 13 to 19. Actually, it's on purpose so that because when you play the same teams every year from under 13 to 17, and you do the same corner every year, it can be too easy. So we also want our players to struggle a little and to have a hard time remembering the different names of variations and areas to attack on a corner kick, for example.
Yes, really interesting point. There's often a debate, isn't there, between should academy teams with general open play adopt the same style as the first team, or should they be able to have more flexibility?
But here it's not a thing at all.
Yeah.
He is much more to create players with the weapons, and then we take it from there. Because the first team can change the combinations they do from week to week, and we do the same. So, yeah, it changes a lot. So, and this is also the next point. It's more about principles and culture instead of rules and schemes where it's the same every time. So not A to B, more we want to do this in this given situation. Then there's also a lot about master teaching in terms of that the players have to take responsibility and learn the younger players or the new players. So for example, it could be under 17 playing a game where they do different trick corners, but they have a trialist, and he doesn't. Of course, he sees the papers on the wall or the iPad, but it can be very hard to remember like 25 slides or pages. So we know that they can't, but there our players need to take responsibility on the corner after a given signal. Okay, shit, he's standing in the wrong place. I need to help him. And then during the game, actually take him to the right area or the right man, so he will not be in the way and we can score a goal. Yeah. And for us, it's not the iPad or the set piece paper is not the most important. It's the culture that is the most important. So we can often we can have games where our players do something where we can sit on the bench and think, oh, this is not planned for today. Why are they doing this? But we like that. We like that the players take responsibility and read the game, see, okay, the trick corner we planned today doesn't work because they changed how they mark on a corner. We do this instead, and then they yell something completely different, but our players adapt to it, and we love that. So we really try to give the players that they do it. And we have an example where two of our players, one of them is now on the first team, the other one is alone, but they played on a 19 national game where they actually scored on a trick corner from us. And no one of the teammates knew what they were doing, but they knew, and they just did it without acceptance from the coach. And the coach, of course, loved it because they scored, but this is just an example of how they are used to do it. And they also do it on the national team, youth national team. Yeah. Then we try from early age to see how we can develop players to be have a special weapon on set pieces and what their abilities could be very good on set pieces. Of course, we try to get them through all the different aspects, like can they make a long throw, or are they really good kickers? Can they serve? Is it better they screen? Are they good headers? What kind of headers can they do? Stuff like that. And in the younger age, we of course give them time to try and play with it and have fun with it without maybe them noticing. And then later on, we specialize them more.
Sure. And that point you made there about sort of testing the special weapons and abilities, as you put it, would that start at under 13s, or would that potentially start even younger?
Yeah, it will start. No, not for us, not younger, but it will start at under 13 for us, where we, for example, try to work on knuckleball shooting with a trackman, and then see which players can actually make a topspin ball or knuckleball. Okay, they will be very good at free kicks, and let them play with it. Over a period, we take all the players into it. And we actually do that also very late. So when we get a new under 17 players, they also get the chance to try how fun is it actually to make a knuckleball or topspin balls on trackman. And if we can feel like, okay, they think it's fun and they like it and they have a little talent for it, we try to get them into a period where they do it. Yeah. All our set piece situation, when we practice it, we try to do it in playing in games and in playing practice as much as possible. So, for example, today we focus on offensive second ball periods after offensive set pieces with the under 19 team. We will do it in small-sided games where we do 8 versus 8 and 3 versus 3, and always start with it and make during the rounds some couple of extra situations with the set piece situation in it. So we really try to do it less formally. Also of the reason because it just take too much time and we don't have the time. We want them to go in school and behave well in school and be good persons as well. So they have long days in school and they come over here. We want them to have some tactical stuff as well. So our set piece parts need to be short and sharp. And we, instead of doing a classic, how many teams would do it, match day -1, 20 minutes or something, we try to do 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes every session, but in a way where it doesn't feel like it's something special or that you take time out of. So it can be in every part of the training, it can be set pieces, if it makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's one thing we've started to see more in the UK, where we've set play specialists coming in, is sort of that, drip feeding that information throughout the week to the whole squad rather than just delivering.
Yeah, and this is the next slide here is actually a slide from the under 17 team's last game, where it says we need to play after strategy where we, on the best way, can be the way we want to be. And then it says number 1, we want to have high ball-oriented pressure with big intensity. We want to play quickly forward and with big intensity and repressure every time we lose the ball. And on 3rd, we want to be a winning team on set pieces. And this is just to explain. So for us, it's not the coach that has the responsibility for set pieces who is responsible for the set pieces. Of course, he is responsible for it, but it's the whole environment. So it's the head coach, it's the kid manager, it's the players on the bench. Everyone needs to know when there are set pieces, we know what to do, or the other things like intensity, play quickly forward. That's something we do as a team, and it needs to be under our skin. Here, I want to show you something about our throw-in culture in the academy. This is a slide that we show the players for. Yeah, we worked in it in the set piece lounge, but this is the players we show the players on the iPad before games, and we practice it a lot. So we have sessions with under 14 and 15 already, 17, 19, where we go through these. So many of the players know these bullet points. So the reason we do them is when we develop players, they need to be good football players. So we cannot lose time when the ball is out of the game and set a big and long throw-in up, because it can be a waste of time. They need to be good football players as well. And by taking all the throw-ins quick, we get the tempo high in the games, what we love and fits our playing style. And we also give them a mindset on, okay, this is very important. So every time we want the players to take the throw-in as quickly as possible, unless they need to make a decision. For example, if it's a tournament in Portugal and it's the final and we are in front 1-0, then of course it can change because maybe their winning is more important than doing this. But the players, they have to make a decision. Then the closest player always gets out, takes the throw-in, 1 to 2 deep runs, 1 additional run in a counter movement run. And then we want the throws to go very hard down on the feet. So there's less time in the air, harder for the opponent to get the ball, and also higher demands for the receiver to control the ball, which gives him he practices technical skills, and we can keep the tempo high. And we also want throws that go long and into backspace if possible. So this is, for us, the most important. And it sounds very, very simple, and it is very, very simple. But the difficult part on this is to implement it and keep the culture. But we succeeded with it because we do it again and again and again and again over a long period. And of course, we can have games where we're not that good. But in the most of the games, we're very good at this, and it gives us a lot. And then you can see on top, it also says recipe, throw in, free kick, corner, goal. just to show the players that if we maybe struggle in games, throw-ins can also be a way that we get higher up on the pitch, maybe get a free kick, we get a corner, boom, goal. They need to see throw-ins as a weapon, not as something we just do because it's a rule in football. Here I show you just a video clip. Sorry for the bad quality of it, but here's just a video clip of academy training in the mornings where they do a simple combination, hard ball on the feet, 1-2, turn up and pass it in a mini goal. Just to show what we want on the ball, and it's very simple, but we make very high demands. We go around with some coaches, teach them. I think it's on the 19 team here and on the 17 mixed together. And here's then we would change to a new combination. And this would be, instead of some technical warm-up, this is the technical warm-up for Boston here. So where they get very close and then run away and get a ball flat where the upper body goes down so the ball doesn't jump high in an area, and then they pass it and have to accelerate, make it hard for the opponent. Yeah.
And I think that's a really powerful example, Rune, there in terms of how that you're integrating set plays throughout the working week, even into like more of a warm-up drill. And just to clarify on that last drill, all players are experiencing taking throw-ins there. So it's not like you're just practicing throw-ins with your fullbacks, for example. Everyone is expected to be able to
because in a game situation, our rule is the player closest to the ball. So even the keeper sometimes can take the balls if they want to. Happens very, very, very uncommon. But strikers, wingers, central midfielders, we want to keep the pace high, and then the closest player just takes the ball. Here, a classic small-sided games with 4 goals, like every coach probably does, where we play 5 versus 5, but actually have focus on when the ball goes out, that we quickly take a throw-in. So here it goes out, boom, quickly make a throw. He didn't score, but he should. Okay, continue. So we don't spend much time on it. We maybe give them the bullet points again, but we make demands on how they should throw. Here, backspace, try to hear it. Okay, come again. And then we start with a new ball. So this is, again, it looks so simple, and it is very simple, but the tough part is to do it daily and keep the culture. Here we have our exercise where we work on the deep balls. You cannot see it because of the video, but there are 2 big goals on the right and left side of the screen. And we have some trialists here. But it's all about when you lose the ball, you get a ball in the deep and you have to score against the goalkeeper. Then you jog back in, okay, possession again. And it's a very mixed group, and they lose the ball quickly, but it fit good for the topic with balls quickly into backspace. So as soon as blue team or black team lose the ball, here, black team lose it or blue team lose it deep, and one defender can follow. So again, very, very simple, but the player understand, and you can see how quick they actually take it. Here, this clip is a game situation from under 17, where we play almost full pitch, where it's very simple, but with throw-ins, but it's all about taking them quick. Okay, see here, deep runs, okay, we lose it, okay, re-pressure, high pressure, get the ball, yes, boom. Coincidence, yes, but it's no coincidence. It's because it's culture. The players know what to do. If you see it again, like they take the throw in so quick, they don't look back, they look forward. It would be easy to throw it back to the center back here, but they throw it forward to risk it, okay, re-pressure, boom. And that's the way we want to train it, and we believe it's the right way. But every club can have their own way to do it, but that's how we believe is the right way to train it in Midtjylland. And then to show it in a practical way is a game. It's actually the same player who does this throw-in on the 17 game, quickly out. It's not a big chance, but right now he's a touch in the box, 2 touches, 3rd touch, shoot a goal. So this is what we show the players, and this is what we love about it. And we can only do this if we practice it a lot, but without wasting time on other stuff. Another way to also, what we investigated in, okay, when we do all the quick throw-ins, what does it mean for our ball possession and creating big chances and And we just found out actually it fits very good because we actually keep more possession even by taking a quit and losing the ball quick and go and repressure quick. We still keep it. So the mean for possession last year for the under 17 team was actually 70% on all the throw-ins, which is amazing. And it was also we also won 60% of the defensive throw-ins. And I don't think the opponents saw it or felt it when we played the games. It's something you don't see, but we can see it on the numbers. We scored 3 goals, like the goal I just showed you here, and we formed and our players to our mindset and the playing style we have in the club. So the players got the perspective, okay, actually a throw it in the middle line can be a goal-scoring opportunity. If I run deep now and do it in a high enough intensity, I can score a goal. And that's what we show them. Here on the right side, you can see all the games we had. And the yellow colors are a bit difficult to see, but the yellow colors is close to 50%. The green colors is above 60. And then the red color, the one game with red color where we have bad possession after throw-ins is where we lost it with 37%. But actually this game, the reason we lost it was we have a fullback who was under 19 player, and he didn't know. We tried this for the first time last year. He didn't know the principles, so he took so long time to take the throw-ins, and we lost every ball he took. He lost 6 out of 6 throw-ins. We lost possession when he took it. So I just really love the stats here because it makes it very clear for us and fits into the way we thought about it.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting you make the point of how much you value quick throw-ins, because as you know, Rune, like when you've got a throw-in, often teams will try and box you in from that throw-in when they're defending. You're obviously a man down, aren't you, with the thrower off the pitch? So
exactly.
For me, it makes sense to take those throw-ins quickly when you can and when it's appropriate before the opposition can get set.
Yeah. And for me, the biggest benefit will be something we can't see or measure right now. But in my backhead, I have the feeling like if you do this from under 13 to get under 19 player, or you spend so many more minutes every week to do everything in higher intensity than all your opponents.
Yeah.
And if you do that from under 13 till you're 19, 6-7 years, you must be so much better in terms of to keep high intensity, to be under pressure, be on the way all the time, to run more meters. There are so many benefits that are good for you as a football player. Also a good perspective, but we don't know yet. But I really hope that it will make an even bigger difference after that. And here, and this also goes to our long throw culture. Of course, long throws are very important. I think our first team is maybe the best team in the world on long throw-ins. They make so many goals and create so many big chances, and they are amazing in it. But we cannot take time out of our games to spend it on long throw-ins. Sometimes we can. Sometimes we also practice it. But the reason we don't practice this is that we are scared to lose development of other aspects in the game. So we still practice it. We still look who's good at making long throws and get them to make long throws in their individual training. But it's not something we set up a lot. But a way we could set it up is here as under 16 training, where we play 5 versus 5, and we make a little line here, a bit closer because they cannot throw that far, and we practice combinations and second ball game and to attack. So they also think it's fun to make long throw-ins, but it's not very formally the way we do it. Yeah, so it just goes like this. Then they play for 45 seconds, and then they start with a new long throw-in. So this is actually our throwing culture and the reason why we don't do more long throw-ins. We do them, but it can maybe be more in tournaments where we play to win even more in the outside of Denmark, but this is the most of the times. Then here we have an example of implementing second balls on set pieces. Here we simulate it's a defensive corner for the black team and the white team attacks. So we play now that there comes a corner kick and I throw the clearance out and the players try to get it into the box and keep pressure on it so that the black team cannot come out. So, and we have some couple of stuff we want to do. You can see here, we always try to work on the blind side. So you can already see now in the box, the players try to work on the backside of the black defenders. We maybe wanted to get it in earlier, but here we practice in the game. Get it back, okay. Now opening, boom, in. And try to overload where we actually 4 against 2 or 4 against 1 on the backspace. And this is, we use this in a training session where we maybe practiced it 8 minutes like this. Then this is the game after, under 17 practice match. And you see here, he knows he wants to get it in. Boom, he loses the ball. And they actually score. And for us, we show it to the players and we talk to the player what he does wrong. But it's not that we praise him and say, oh, you're so bad. And we actually try to say to him, oh, you need to do this and this different. This was not good, but it's good you try. It's good you try, and we try again. And this is actually the game right after. So this is all in a week. So this is from Friday to Saturday, and this is a midweek game. Here we have an offensive corner against Aalborg, the red and white team, get the ball out. Same players. Okay, look at the backspace. You see our big center back. He's ready. Boom, score. So this is how we would work with it in a week. And this is so nice for the players to feel. And you can see the players celebrate. They know, okay, we benefit from this. Another thing, how we practice offensive free kicks. Here is under 19, where I quickly set it up with the players. We do show them maybe on a paper what we do, different roles. The blue is joker. Okay, 2 versus 1. Try to see if we could get it in. Oof, close. Okay, then they play. I think it's short rounds where we play like small-sided games with a joker. And whenever the round is done, I just cut it in here. So the round will be done now. You can see I'm behind the goal, discuss with the coaches, come out and take the team out again, just to show how little time we spend on it. Meet with the players while they have a break and sometimes they get water too, of course. And then this is all, we give the signal what we do. Maybe we said it already in the first round and they know what to do now. Everyone knows, and if they don't know, they try to help each other and prepare the next one. Because we believe this is the better way to practice this instead of doing it formally and repeat it 10 times. So here, try to attack the backspace, put it, boom, close to goal. We love it. They didn't score, but then we score on the second ball here. Very nice. And fast forward to the next break, which is the last, where we again, now they changed the roles. So now it's the yellow team attacking. Of course, we always attack down to the box, so they have the lines to orientate on. The joker stays the same. Keeper changes side as well. And it's important that the keeper also know a little what we do and rest defense, who's rest defense, because there will always be open play behind. And you can see the coaches coming now. It's the assistant coach, head coaches over here, the daily life manager or behavior manager, mentally coach. Everyone is behind the players and around them. We quickly discuss what we do. It's a lot of acting because, the black team, they know we do something. So we need to do it very good. It's often more difficult to do it in training because everyone is so prepared that there can come something. And a lot of stuff is happening around, but they still focus, get the message. And then we set it up now for yellow team and see if they can succeed with it here. And many of the players, of course, are in the academy for a couple of years when they are 19, so they know a lot of the stuff and understand the language we speak about it. So it's also easier to implement. Here, we try to snitch it, chip it in, close to succeed, okay, play. Yeah. And for us, it's not, here it's a cold day with under 17, but we could also do this when it's a lot fewer players. So I think here maybe we Here it's very small-sided. Maybe it's 3 against 3 or 4 against 4. We can see in a second. But they come out to me, get the set piece, and then they get an additional kicker. So they have one more up. Yeah. And then we actually just play small-sided games after this. And then you see it's a tournament. So orange team is taking a break right now. So we play 3 against 3. Or is it 4 against 4? 4 against 4 on a small-sided area. Black team takes the free kick. Here, a simple screen on the front post, and then a small guy running in behind. Boom, goal. And then open play. See if we can score again and go on. So you can see the tempo is high. Here we have a situation which is very nice because we score, but what you don't see on this, here on backspace, this player, he will push the opponent very far down, so all the black players here are not offside. See, he pushes them down, not offside, and everyone from the blue team says offside. And our players love it because they know it's not offside because we pushed them down. But here, what you don't see is we practice this so many times. It's not that we practice it in one game and then succeed. Maybe we practice it in 10 games every time. But we didn't use time and training to practice it. We just did it in games, and then we try it again. And then we adapt, okay, you need to do this differently or this differently. So, and the head coaches and the coaches and the environment is okay with it. It's okay to make mistakes. So that's also a very important part of the culture, that we have to test things in games. We cannot test it in every training and do it perfectly to do it in games. We need to test it in games because it's developing. Yeah. Here is a reason. Here we show you how it could be on a goal kick. We have a player that has a very far kick on the 17 team in that period. And we did a very simple 4 minutes in the cinema, tactical presentation. And then we practiced it 2 times the one variation and 2 times the other variation. Very simple. It's our 3 strikers, 2 wingers and a striker. Screen the 2 center backs. Striker takes ball down in the middle and we attack from there. And all the other players push up. So this is the training where he does it first time. You can see he's the striker here in the middle, takes the ball down, and then we attack from there. And we just finish the situation onto here, stop, then the next one. Here is differently. They go wide, and he drops down, and then he tries to flick it so that the 2 wingers can run deep. So very, very simple. No rocket science. He tries to get the ball, flick it, or you not even touch it, and then we try to see if we can get through like this. And for the players, it can be so interesting to do something differently. Oh, really? Set pieces on goal kick? Oh yeah, we can still score. We score. Set pieces is to score goal. And the same way is how we approach defensive set pieces. So we always say when we have a defensive set piece, the opponent is open. So here's something we can do to harm the opponent. So here it's an individual training where we simulate a defensive corner. Our keeper catches the ball, and then he actually make a throw or a kick in the deep, where a blue team plays 3 versus 2 on a half pitch. But we simulate it as a defensive corner, so they get a good load and high. All the physical aspects are very good as well, but it's also about, again, the set piece culture. And here to show you, we also allow players. Here we have 2 players on the 17 team where we said to them, okay, if you want to, when the yellow player takes this last step to the ball, you just run forward. The 9 other players or the 8 other players plus goalkeeper, they need to defend themselves. Just run. And what happens here is they do their combination, but our players are comfortable with it. And then we have, it's actually 3 players that run up, are not so good second balls, but we stay up. And you see now we actually 3 against 1 on the middle line, 3 against 2 when they run back. Now 2 versus 1. So this is again to show the players, okay, when we have a defensive set piece, we still want to score. Yeah. Does it make sense what I say to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing that's really stood out for me is not only how set plays are integrated into all different types of practices, be that warm-ups, individual practices, small-sided games. It's constantly a thing, and it's not treated as something in isolation. The other thing that
No.
stands out for me is certainly historically, maybe less so now in this country, set plays for set plays and coaching of set plays at academies was often disregarded until they got certainly to the older age groups and then the first team. But I think in the clip you've shown, you've really demonstrated how engaged the players are in learning about set plays.
Yeah, and they can read the situations. So now, after we did this a year, now the players decide themselves if they run. Maybe they make an agreement with the keeper where he has a signal, you just run. Or they say the first 2 corners we do it, or when they feel they have time for it. So it's not that we as the coaches, often we are not actually involved in it. It's a player decision. And also, again, it's also a physical mindset. Look how many high intense meters you can get if you sprint now from the line down here up to the middle line. Again, we want to push you. We want you to develop. We want you to be a physical monster. So this is really important for us. And I guess mentioned in the presentation start, I also do set piece consultancy, and you said it as well, for the women's national team from the United States and Royal Antwerp for a short period, and also Westerlo Westerlo was 3.5 years. And for me, this is a bit different because of course, you do it remote, you do it over the computer or the phone, but still it's about changing the environment to a set piece environment. So often these teams didn't have a big, like you said, it was not that valued, but they saw they needed to do something to be ready to perform and do something differently. So set pieces can give you a big step in direction of winning games and also winning championships and perform well, because it's, I think, one of the easiest way to win a game is set pieces. You don't need many situations to score a few goals, and a few goals often is enough. So it's much easier to have success with set pieces than, for example, to do possession games, to be building up and playing all the way through to score a goal. That's much harder. So the way I would do it is, give feedback on all the set pieces from the team. Individual set pieces will also be for the coaches, how they could train it. I try to join the coaching staff meetings where we discuss the opponent. I come with my analysis of it. Then it will be game feedback, how we perform in games. Maybe in Westerlo, I was the first 2 years, I saw every game often because it fit very well with the schedule back there, and actually had connection to the bench, so could give them feedback as well and say, okay, we could change this because they changed their defensive formation on corner kicks, stuff like that. And then after game feedback, we would make a plan for how we could train set pieces during the week and go away from only match day -1, try to have set pieces every day, have it every tactical meeting need to be a part of set pieces. And it also needed the head coach to talk about set pieces, not only the assistant or the specialist, but to give the players the feeling like, okay, set pieces are very important. And for me, the players develop in it, but it's also the staff that develop in it and gets better and better. And then, of course, I always come on a visit and always participate in training or games when I can, when it fits with Midtjylland, because I also, for me, it's very nice to give new insights and to learn my colleagues. And now some of them are very close friends because I worked with them over a longer period. So this is also very nice and grows me. And I could see how big an impact it could make on the different teams. So it's very nice. I think I have just one short example here where it's a test game where we practice something the assistant coach, and that time Mo, he invented, and it was very nice, like the feeling that he was in an environment where he could practice it and do it, and then do it in the game, and it worked. It was so nice. So this is a very nice experience for me, because Westerlo, of course, was a bottom team, or they had 1 year in the first division where they had to go up. They were the top team, then they went up. then they were bottom team and struggled to get set pieces. So you just get a lot of different situations you could work in. Where Antwerp was a top team in that year, I had them, and of course the women's national team also was a top team and performed very, very well. So this is also different for me as an academy coach to do. This is more game to game, but still changing the culture. Where in the academy, it's all about the culture because it's long term.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Rune. I think it's been absolutely fascinating, like hearing about the work that you guys are doing at FC Midtjylland at the academy, because I think academy football often gets forgotten about when we talk about set plays. And yeah, no surprise to see that feeding into the success the first team have. And I think what's been really powerful is the video clips you've shown that have really brought everything to life today as well. Because often that's something teams aren't always willing to share. So thank you for that. Oh,
we are very open with it, and thank you. It was nice to discuss, and we're always open to learn as well. So it's nice.
Brilliant. And if anyone has any more questions about anything they've seen today, you can find Rune on LinkedIn or contact myself directly. But a huge thank you for all your work, Rune, and we'll speak again soon.
Yeah, we speak. Thank you, Billy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.